Welcome back to another series of web essentials, and in today's video we'll be working on an animation that makes waves out of your background colors. So now obviously the first step we're gonna have to do is open up our HTML. Make sure you're using Sublime Text and not those other text editors that everybody's using these days that are just following the wave. Okay, now let's go inside your HTML. Inside your body, I need you to create a div with the class of wave container, and then inside that div we're going to create another div with the class of wave, and then from there this is a small document, so everything will be inside each other. Okay, yeah, so now let's target the wave container and style it up a bit. So the first thing we're going to do is going to give it a height of 600 pixels and an overflow of hidden, so it's going to overflow throughout the whole entire page. It's just going to fill the whole entire page. And the position of relative, which means we're just enforcing that top position, you know. Yeah. Let's move on to the next section, which is the wave. Now in the wave class, what we're going to do in terms of styling is create the background. Okay, and we're gonna have a linear gradient, so it's two colors for linear gradient mostly, but I'm gonna show you a hack right now. And then we're gonna choose that to the right, so it must flow to the right. So the first color is light sky blue and the second color is dark blue. That will just create the watery different colors when the water moves. Now the bottom is 0% or 0, the height is 100%, left is negative 100%. Remember the wave container, we had a class of overflow hidden, which means it filled the entire page, so that's what we're doing over here, which is making sure we use that space. The position of this wave class will be absolute, which means it's going to be on top of the wave container. A width of 200%, and we're going to be using a WebKit animation. It's supporting in most browsers by the time this video drops, and we're going to call in wave 30 seconds linear infinite. So with this line of code, we're calling in the animation of waves, we're giving it the time which it's going to move, or the speed or the rate, and we're telling it to move for an infinite amount of time. And then we have our animation. We're gonna give that a wave of 30 seconds as well, and it's also gonna move in infinite linear. Okay, so it's basically just repeating the same thing. Now the next section, or the most important section we have here, is the keyframes. So I'm not sure if you watch anime or not, but basically anime is a bunch of drawings that are stacked up on top of each other at different frames or different positions in every single time. So basically what we're going to do here is going to call and add keyframes of the wave class. Okay, at 0% we want the left to move from, remember it was 100, negative 100, and we want it to move to negative 80. So now we've shifted it. At 25% we're going to shift it more, from negative 80 to negative 40, 50% to 0. So now it's in the middle. Then from there at 75%, we're going to shift that to negative 60%. And then from there, we're just going to shift that from 100% to back to its initial position. Okay. So now, obviously that has two colors. You can see the movement of a wave, but this does not really play out the wave. So let's just add a few more colors. So back to our wave class on top there, linear gradient. We're just going to copy and paste the light sky blue and the dark blue a few times till we get that nice color that makes it look like layers of water. Now let's save that, play that, look at that. You have a wave animation, and you can add this or modify this to fit whatever you want to do. Maybe make the lines a bit curly in order to resemble waves in the video, and see you next time.